So just to give you a very brief intro before starting, Rocco Forte Hotels is a family-run company where I work with my sister, my brother's just joined, my father's chairman, and my aunt is deputy chairman. We have 9 hotels and 1 resort, and we're located in key European destinations. And we have 8 spas, soon to be 11, because we're soon going to have 13 hotels. And I oversee the learning and development for the group, and more recently, I also got involved in the spa and fitness proposition. Because I've personally been interested in fitness and healthy living since a very young age. I've run marathons, I continue to do lots of exercise, and I'm very conscious about all aspects of wellness, like many millennials are. So I don't want to go into too much detail about the Rocco Forte Spas concept that I launched in January. However, it was created very much with millennials in mind, so I think certain points about it are interesting to then what I'm going to talk about in more detail on millennials. Given that all of our hotels are city hotels, with the exception of our resort in Sicily, we hadn't really put a huge focus on our spas in the past. However, as a millennial, about 1.5 years ago, I saw a real need to kind of have a proper wellness concept in our city hotels. Because I think actually there's a shortage of a wellness concept in city hotels, not in spas, not in medical spas, but in city hotels. So I kind of turned to my father and said, I'd like to look at the wellness side. And he said, okay, is it going to cost a lot of money? That's his favorite first question. I smiled and said, no, there's a strong ROI. And then he kind of said, okay, get on with it. So it wasn't as simple as that, but effectively we created 4 notions together under one umbrella. So we have Rocco Forte Rituals, Rocco Forte Fitness, Rocco Forte Nourish, and Rocco Forte Health. The latter is available just at our resort, Verdura Resort. It's a simple concept with these 4 notions that are easily understandable to guests. It doesn't go to the lengths of any medical spas or any of the amazing things lots of you are doing. However, it's very much all-encompassing. It's available at every touch point in our hotels. We didn't want it to be limited to the spas because wellness is so much more than that, as you all know. And we want guests to really find wellness at every point in their stay. It was actually truly created with my own needs in mind, given that I travel up to 3 times a week to the property. So now I've kind of got everything I want when I go and stay there. So I'll very briefly touch upon each notion. Rocco Forte Rituals are now signature treatments carried out in all of our spas with our very own product line, Forte Organics, that we created as part of the spa's launch. Forte Organics is a biocosmetic line made in Italy and created exclusively for us. That's a picture of it. In creating these products, we worked with Effigy Lab, whom I know some of you actually already work with, and Dottoressa Ferri, and Amigola Keller, who's also here. So, Forte Organics are from the heart of our resort in Sicily. They're created using the organic olive oil that we produce at our resort and lots of the ingredients that we grow in our organic vegetable garden, such as aloe, almonds, hibiscus. The base of the creams is also an oligo-mineral water from the Sicilian Madonie Regional Natural Park called Geraci, and we actually serve it on the table to our guests. And most importantly, they're clean cosmeceuticals. So as you all know and have seen, many people are asking for clean products now. And I think this is particularly a trend with millennials who aren't so interested in the big marketed brands anymore. They want something that's natural and organic. And they also like brands and things that tell a story that they can connect with. So that's also very important, and that's why we brought this into the concept. So Rocco Forte Fitness developed from mine and my father's obsession with sport, I guess. That's how it started. We have obviously got gyms in all of our spas, kitted out with the latest techno gym equipment. We've also got personal training, personal yoga, private Pilates, like all of you had. As a millennial, we're very into fitness classes. We're all obsessed with fitness classes. Now, this is very difficult to do in a small hotel in a city where you don't really have the space or the facilities to have a big studio and offer all sorts of classes. So what I decided to do was to try and unite nature and culture with fitness. And this is kind of the key to Rocco Forte Fitness. In our city hotels, we have sightseeing jogging maps, and we offer sightseeing, trekking, cycling, and running tours. At Hotel de Rome in Berlin, for instance, guests can enjoy rooftop yoga whilst looking at the views of the city. At Verdura, we offer trekking routes that meander down a valley to a medieval castle, to a town abandoned after an earthquake, an array of routes that I kind of discovered with our fitness manager on weekends when I got to go away there. This concept is designed for today's more inquisitive fitness customer, and in particular with millennials in mind. Now, Rocco Forte Nourish ensures that guests can eat healthily throughout our spas and hotels. I got really tired of going to hotels and kind of not being able to get sugar-free almond milk, soy milk, or kind of the healthy, interesting dishes that I've grown so accustomed to in London. So whilst all our hotels offer this, we partnered with local nutritional experts and healthy chefs as far as possible to make it individual to each location, such as Just For You at Hotel Astoria in St. Petersburg, Madeline Shaw at Brown's Hotel in London, Pascal Naizan at Hotel Amiga in Brussels, and Pietro Liman at Verdura Resort in Sicily. These individuals have brought nourishing menus to our spas, restaurants, and bars, as well as to our room service menus. For these outlet menus, it's really not about a diet or having measly portions. It's about creating healthy and nourishing dishes that are innovative, filling, and delicious, despite not containing gluten, refined sugar, dairy. Again, this is what millennials are now searching for in their meals, and it's how most of us are now eating on a daily basis. At breakfast, we've also created a healthy corner on the buffets, and guests can order a healthy mini bar option now in all of our hotels, so we stock your mini bars with all sorts of healthy treats. Rocco Forte Health is our balanced and integrated approach to health. I'm not really going to go into detail on this because it's more like the health programs that a lot of you have in your medical spas and things. So coming on to millennials or Gen Y, I think a lot of people have been asking, so when were they actually born? I think there are varying definitions, but it's between about 1982, 83, and 2000. As touched upon throughout this presentation thus far, my all-encompassing spas concept was created with millennials in mind. And as highlighted in the Rise of Wellness Traveler report, millennials are soon expected to surpass baby boomers in overall travel spending. So whether you like it or not, I think we're quite important. For millennials, wellness is really a daily active pursuit. We're exercising more, eating smarter, and smoking less than previous generations. We're using apps to track data and online information to find the healthiest foods. We're really obsessed by wellness. And the latest Nielsen Global Health Survey found millennials will not only pay more for premium health foods, but will prioritize sustainably sourced and gluten-free products more than any other generation. Le Mil's Global Consumer Fitness Survey found millennials to do more gym-based activities than any other generation, accounting for 48% of regular exercisers, while Gen X only make up 32%, and baby boomers come in just under 20%. Indeed, the majority of people I know in my age group regularly exercise, eat well, and know the importance of taking time out of their fast-paced lives. Wellness is the new social thing to do. We go to gym classes together, we eat in healthy restaurants together, we compare our apps that track our sleep and things. We get competitive on that quite a lot. We order healthy takeaways together. So we do all sorts of things that are related to wellness. We even go on meditation courses together. And given that nowadays we have so much available at our fingertips, we're really spoilt for choice. from these healthy takeaway apps and restaurants to these exercise classes, online exercise classes. For most, just having a spa with some treatments is no longer enough in a hotel to really satisfy our needs. In addition, whilst hotels and spas can't necessarily offer everything that a millennial may have in the city that they live in, they can offer experiences that are different, exciting, or new. As highlighted in the Rise of Millennial Traveller report, millennials want authentic travel experiences that cannot be replicated. It's for this reason, for example, that I introduced the sightseeing, trekking, jogging, and running. This is an experience that cannot be replicated back home. Now, what to watch out for? One of the most, I think, interesting qualities about millennials is that for all of our technological prowess, or supposed technological prowess, we're constantly searching for things that help us switch off or even connect to nature. We're a stressed out generation, and when it comes to handling stress, we're more likely to look at alternative cures such as meditation than other generations. So just a question, put your hand up if you meditate daily. It's a bit dark, but I reckon maybe that's a tenth of the room. I'd say about 50% of my peers do, which is constantly growing, and we're kind of getting more and more people to get into it. Millennials are really looking for routines, cures in their daily lives to counteract this constant going and this constantly being connected. And I actually think that for Generation Z that's to come, it's going to be even more important because they've really grown up with, they're the iPad generation. You know, they swipe at a book rather than actually try and turn the pages. So I think Rocco Forte Mind is really the fifth notion now that I'm starting to work on as part of the concept, which will include the more meditation, sleep therapy, mindfulness treatment side to it. So now putting a bit more of my learning and development hat on, there's been a lot of discussion throughout this summit on the staffing crisis. So now this isn't just an issue for the wellness world, but it's definitely an issue for the hospitality world as a whole, and actually the leisure sector as a whole. Just to give you some stats, in the UK alone, by 2022, there will be 993,000 jobs to fill in hospitality, and 870,000 of those will be to replace existing roles because of the issue with turnover and retention. And the stats I saw on SPA in Monday's staffing crisis workshop were equally astounding. I think it said by 2020, the industry will need an additional 400,000 trained spa therapists and 70,000 experienced spa managers and directors above the current level. Now, by 2020, millennials are said to make up 50% of the workforce, and I think in hospitality it will be even more. And we've all been asking the same question: how can we attract millennials and how can we retain them? Sadly, I don't have a full-blown solution, but I came up with Map My Future that I really created with millennials in mind and also our operational workforce in mind. In hospitality, as most of you know, operational employees do not have easy access to a computer. They're on the floor, they don't have a work email. They do, however, have access to smartphones. We surveyed our hotel in London, Brown's Hotel, and 97% of those surveyed had a smartphone. And then on top of that, millennials are also extremely confident on a smartphone. So in addition, amongst today's workforce, there's an increasing trend for learning via mobile devices. The Towards Maturity benchmark report stated that 82% of today's learners wish to learn at their own pace, and 70% of today's learners are using mobile devices for learning. This will only continue to grow, and stats show how behind hospitality is to other sectors in using technology. And we're behind with guest-facing products, so think how behind we are with employees and our staff. So it's for this reason that I came up with this career progression smartphone app called Map My Future. We were awarded $250,000 of government funding for it about a year and a half ago, and I've just launched it at Brown's Hotel in London and the Balmoral in Edinburgh. So I'm going to...
Meet the modern
Play a
learner.
brief video on
The
it.
modern learner is a genius. They have the answers to every question at their fingertips and can share them in an instant. They can look up any skill and find a blog, a video, or a wiki page that will teach them how to do it, or use an app to find someone who will do it for them. The modern learner has more fun, as the evolution of gamification makes learning feel like play. Through the use of their gadgets, they're connected to the outside world every waking hour of the day. But the fast pace of today can also mean that the modern learner is overwhelmed. With so many options to choose from, it can be difficult to know where to begin. Which is why Irene Forte Hotels developed Map My Future. Map My Future unleashes your potential. With Map My Future, you can access company training and information through your smartphone and be rewarded for gaining new skills. You can even create your own training videos and share your tips and insights with the entire company, providing yet another way for team members to learn. Our trainers build their own online training modules with features such as video and multiple choice questions. They then set a pass score and award points to every team member who passes. As a team member, you can accept on-the-job challenges to transform your learning into action and be rewarded for your success. For the trainer under pressure, Map My Future also helps with the coordination of classroom training. Trainers send team members invitations to training events via the app and upload training records so that team members can track their learning progress. And for the overwhelmed team member, everything is in one place. The app's innovative career map means you can discover exactly which skills and knowledge you need to work in any role in the company. You can view the latest career opportunities and create development plans that will help you to grow and reach your goals. Map My Future also helps us all to feel connected. You can access the latest company news on the app's newsfeed, and you have the opportunity to connect with an experienced career coach, especially trained to help you to grow. The Instant Messenger feature means you can share your career plan and updates with your coach. You can also receive notifications from your manager and HR, so you never miss an important alert. Discover your pathway to success with Map My Future.
I think we can stop it there. So just to summarize, it's been designed to show hospitality as a viable career option by showing all the routes you can take in hospitality and hopefully to engage individuals to actually get into hospitality. It's then designed to help individuals grow once they get into the hospitality ladder, to give them the skills they need to do their job effectively and ultimately to retain them. It's been built as a white label product, and I'm actually trying to now work on a free version in collaboration with certain schools. But yeah, so we've just launched in 2 hotels. We're rolling out to the rest of the company, and then we're also going to roll out to other companies in hospitality. So I think just to summarize, millennials will soon surpass baby boomers in overall travel spending, so we're important. For millennials, wellness has become a daily active pursuit. Rocco Forte Spas was created primarily with millennials in mind. And then moving on to the learning and development side, in hospitality, as you all know, we're going through a staffing crisis, and we need to find innovative ways to really attract and retain millennials. And given that hospitality is very behind other industries and technology, an app makes quite a lot of sense, and Map My Future has been developed in an attempt to attract and retain a younger, more technologically savvy workforce. Thank you.